As promised, 9 a.m. This officially begins. So we've been telling you about Moon Tower for over a week because it's expanded over the years, and now it's like 10 some odd days long. All the big gala shows have been happening. Those are harder to get the tickets to, right? And for a lot of our low life listeners, the dirtbags, the S-heads, the morons who can bear
the ne'er-do-wells.
The ones that are really bad with their money, that spend their money, they get a paycheck, it goes straight to the weed man, and they're like, well, all I got is $20. Thank God your part of the festival's finally showed up. Single ticket, and my favorite part of the festival, club nights are beginning.
Yeah, right.
I love the gala shows. I love going to see the big, huge celebrities at the Paramount.
But I love the discovery of going to one of these smaller
Discovery
shows.
of new acts and watching a huge celebrity drop in and go, oh, there's only 50 people in this tight little club. There's not enough people to
and
ruin
now
my
you're seeing
career.
somebody from SNL
and I get to tell the
or-
most
You never know.
disgusting jokes I don't usually get to do.
Yeah.
I get to do that right now. Because right now, I'm not the guy that everyone sees on TV in middle America wants me to be cute and cuddly. I get to tell the joke about the time that I fist effed a nun.
Wow.
My
I missed that
I'll be
show. I got to
watching out
catch
for
that
that
show.
one.
You haven't seen that one? Great bit.
By the way, a good time to tell you, this is the video portion of our program that we do on YouTube Live, I think it is. And thanks to RenegadeTruck.net for sponsoring it.
One of the, I'm going to call her a progenitor, but there would be no Moon Tower without Colleen McGarr. You've heard me talk about Colleen for forever because Colleen has been instrumental in Cap City Comedy Club. She's been instrumental in helping to grow the scene that has grown here in the city. She's taken care of it like a den mother all of these years. And just comedy in general, stand-up comedy exists because of her hard work. She doesn't like these compliments. She doesn't agree with them. She's shaking her head no. She takes no credit. I'm going to tell you that if you ask comics on the street,
Anywhere.
think about who some of your favorite comics are. Their careers were certainly helped by Colleen. Colleen McGarr, thanks for being in here. And she's brought us another fantastic comic from Long Beach, California. If you're from California, you know it as the LBC. If you're a hip-hop fan, you know it as the LBC. But Jesus Trejo is in here with us as well. Great to see you, Jesus. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good morning, both of you. We're going to get to you in just a second, Jesus, but I want to talk real quick to you, to Colleen. First of all, you hate it when we give you compliments and talk to you about
That
this
is true.
Why do you think that is? You're just a behind-the-scenes person.
Yes, I am. I am born to be behind the curtain.
I know, but you're instrumental in helping to book out and helping to grow over the years Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. You won't take that credit.
Nope.
But you've done all those things.
I really love stand-up comedy, and I love people that are good at it.
Well, and we should say, your whole career started because you were a little girl working in a comedy club.
Well, I was an adult. I was,
Right.
I was of drinking age.
You're a
and
young
stuff.
lady.
I imagine
Yes,
you
a
being
young lady.
9 years
Young
old.
lady.
But you started, like a lot of people, you started attached and around the clubs.
Absolutely. I was a young comedy club manager in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Yeah, and then from there, I mean, how do you go from being in a club to, did you just say, like, I want to be a manager for these people, or did you just start running your mouth and giving too much advice and realize, I got to get out of the club business? What do you do?
No, a lot of working with comedians for so long, you'd always hear people like say things that they didn't feel like they got any kind of direction or ideas.
True.
And I just I loved being a manager. I just thought that was I enjoyed it. I did it for 9 years. I managed a lot of great comics. And
a couple.
My favorite things has always been booking. And I love festivals.
And you love putting together the shows.
Yeah.
I know that you actually like taking care and work to put together, like, what's kind of a theme for this show. Because it would be easy, especially when you have as much talent as you're bringing in for the festival. You could just throw people randomly and the shows will work.
Right.
But you're good about saying, no, how do we order this? How do we make it that each show kind of
Well,
pops?
it's really important that everybody's voice shines individually and nobody's crossing material or using the same topics or, and I want everyone that's in the club to think that they're at the best show that's happening in the universe at that time.
That's awesome.
That's my goal.
That's awesome. And I think that you've done that. So this is now, what is it? Is this the 11th? 12th Moon Tower.
Yeah.
Wow.
It got weird there because of the weirdness that happened.
Right, we did
COVID,
2 in 1 year.
But I remember originally talking to you, you said, well, I think we're going to try this for a couple of years, like 3 years, and we'll see how it goes. Right? Was that the original plan? What was the original idea?
I mean, the Paramount, first of all, they came to Cap city with the idea of
Right.
this. So,
And Leet's the brass, we should say, has been
has been
very
the spearhead
instrumental.
of it from the beginning, and she's as passionate today as she was the first day we met.
Yes.
And it's just we have an amazing small tight team, and they're all really good at their jobs. It's truly a joy, and it's a labor of love. It's hard, but it's really fun.
I love it because it's fun. I love it because a lot of festivals become so much about, I want to say, I don't know, how do I just say this delicately without getting me in trouble with other guests we have? They become very industry oriented,
Yeah.
or they are really trying to put on the Ritz,
Yeah.
the celebrity flair. Look at us, all
Right.
the step and repeats, the red carpets or whatever.
Yeah.
And one of the things I love about Moon Tower is that I've told people too, you can go there and it's like, hey, look, give people their space, but the comics are really approachable and, be kind, be respectful of time.
Yeah.
But I've seen people go up and say, hey, I just wanted to thank you. You told this joke one time, or I saw this special, and it was
Yeah.
really important to me, and I love what you did, and thank you. And a comic goes, oh, that's awesome. Let's take a quick picture.
Yeah.
And then, because everybody's just kind of floating around, there aren't
Right.
all these VIP events where
Yeah.
you have to pay $7,000 to get
No,
into.
it's very
chill.
accessible.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And then the club shows, I love that you still book even a small club like the Velveeta Room, which fits. When you put asses
Yeah.
to elbows, it's 70 people in there.
Right, but the Velveeta has some of the most rockin' shows this week. It has Surrounded, which is, do you know Mike Falzon?
Yes,
Yeah.
love
Tell people about Surrounded, which is really
It's
awesome.
a really, really fun show. And we're doing Avery Moore and Andrew Murphy's Joke of Painting
Joke of
down
Painting.
there. And we have the Red Room going at Cap City with tonight's Hello Lovers, and their Guy Branum is there this weekend. And the main room. There's really something for everybody. And that's the fun thing about stand-up, I think, too, right?
Yeah.
You always will find your favorites, new favorites, and old.
And old favorites.
And old favorites, yes.
Okay. All right. Let's talk to Jesus. Hey, by the way, welcome to the show. We haven't had a
Thanks for
chance
having me.
to meet you and chat with you yet.
No,
but you've
thank
come
you
to
for
the festival a couple of times.
Yeah. Thanks to Colleen. So big round of applause. To,
Yeah. We'll give her one more
yes.
second. I'll leave you alone
Anybody
now.
would book Jesus.
I know. Well, Jesus is very funny. Here's what's funny. I didn't know. I haven't seen you in person yet, and I always tell people, comedy's better in a club. Comedy is better in person.
Yeah.
I know that as comics, we want to do big theaters, those big shows, but club to me is always my favorite to go see. Intimate, fun. But you're a giant. I had no idea how big you are. In my
I'm
head.
6'3". They don't make Mexicans like this anymore. That's for sure.
They don't. Not in Texas.
No.
All right.
My parents are 5 foot. I'm 6'3".
That's
Like for
crazy.
Mexicans, that's like two of them stacked. Like,
Well, how did you get to? Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. I don't know. I just became tall. I'm an only child. I'm an only child, so I had a lot of time on my hands just to think how I'm gonna see this through. Like I'm gonna be tall. I'm gonna be funny looking. You know.
You've nailed it. You've nailed
I
two
nailed
of the
it,
things
yeah.
so far. And so you've come to Austin before.
Yeah, I play the clubs out here. I've done Moon Tower, and it's I love it out here because the crowds are just so amazing. They're on board with whatever comedy you bring to the table. I think people are very receptive. This is a comedy town. I feel
It
like.
really has. It's been a comedy town for a long time. It's even exploded even more as a comedy town as of late.
Yeah.
It's come with its, let's say, trials and tribulations. It's growing pains. We'll call it growing
that's a
pains.
good
You
one.
like that as a political speak? It's come with some growing pain. But to me, you can't have too much comedy. It always makes
100%.
every scene gets better the more comedy you can have in it.
I think it's great, and I think Austin is one of those towns that just keeps hitting a new level right when you think it's like, oh, I think it's kind of peaked. No, it keeps going, and I've seen it firsthand in the last 5 years. I mean, Colleen, you've done this for 12 years, so you've seen the arc better than I have, but I just love this town. It really is amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I want to ask you a favor, because one of the things that we don't really like to do, we just like to sit and BS.
Okay.
We don't do setup, but you have a bit that I think...
Oh, is it about flying? Airport, airline food?
Yeah, well, you do your airline food.
Oh, that's my opener and closer, by the way. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I do this
Nice.
revolutionary thing where I start off with airplane material.
Yeah.
And no, I'm kidding.
And then in the middle, he has sex with a stool. It's incredible. He hits all the hack levels, right?
Hey, who-
So,
it's kind of hard to do that bit here on the radio, but
do it anyway.
no,
Do it anyway.
okay, give me a chance. Oh, here's a stool. Thank you so much.
Did you referencing something specific? Because I saw JB Smooth's last tour, and he actually had sex with a stool.
Well, good for him.
Yeah,
So look, here's the thing. So Bob, we love and adore Bob. Bob's the Bob father.
Yeah.
He takes good care of us.
We come from the same kind of background.
Yeah, LBC, right?
No. He's he was always bases, but here's what I love. So Bob's dad is Latino, his mom is Italian.
Okay.
But off the boat Italian, right? So when we have Italian comics coming in from New York, Bob's like, "Oh, you're my people, you're my people."
Real New York.
But when Latino comics coming from suddenly he's like, "Hey, what's up? Orale." And I'm like, I love that you play whoever is coming in.
You know what?
Here.
I picked up on that when I walked in. No, I'm kidding, Bob. I'm kidding. The Italian side, of course. No kidding.
I don't know what I am today.
Pull the socks up.
I haven't declared which way I'm going today.
Yeah.
I don't know that Cortezes go with that outfit, Bob. But I'm here for it.
So Bob is the one thing about Bob that's weird to me is he's a grown man who's a shopaholic. I'm not used to so many dudes
Retail therapy, I
shopping
call it.
like it. And Bob after the show will be like, "Hey,
a deal.
Let's go for lunch or something." He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go buy." He said, "Okay, yeah, let's go to that restaurant because it's right next to TJ Maxx." Like
I'm going to the rack after the show, by the way.
Yeah?
Like, just to do returns. And maybe get a
Some returns,
shirt
that's
for the
funny.
show tomorrow.
So here's what's nuts though. So Bob's wife is like an executive. You ever heard of Salesforce? Salesforce.com?
Yeah.
His wife's like a head executive there.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't
Okay.
say that. I wouldn't say
and he's
head,
been doing
but-
this for a long time, and he's got crazy bank. But the places he shops, Ross, TJ
Marshalls
Maxx,
is the best. Marshalls is the best.
Bed Bath & Beyond. But he is going to do returns today. I know you have a
funny.
pretty famous bit about your hack at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Bed Bath
you
&
got
Beyond.
You don't have to go into the, but can you kind of...
Basically, look, I used to work at Bed Bath & Beyond. I worked there in college, and you'd be surprised what people would bring in. There was a guy, I kid you not, every month on the dot, first Tuesday of the month, he would come in with a stack of dirty bath towels. A stack. And I'm on the clock, so I got to troubleshoot dirty bath towels.
Right. And Bed Bath & Beyond is one of those places, too, where they don't really hassle you about returns so much. I used to work at REI, and it doesn't matter what... Somebody could bring in a backpack that clearly says LL Bean on it, and we'll find a way to take it back.
You can't call a customer a liar to their face in front of a bunch of other people.
Well, that's actually how I lost my... That's kind of how I lost my job.
yeah,
I
you
did
told me
have a
that's
guy where I was just like... I kind of used the FU word.
So they
at
were
him
trying to return?
So this guy would come in, stack of dirty bath towels, and he had the confidence of 1,000 sea lions, this guy. I mean, he would come in and look at you right in the eye and go, "They don't work anymore." And I'm sitting there going, yeah. And you got to be professional.
But the bizarre thing is the idea of towels don't work.
They don't work. And
These are broken.
So I'm on the clock. I got to troubleshoot dirty bath towels, and there's a script you got to follow. So I'm like, I understand these towels are not working properly, sir. In order for these towels to work properly, they do need to be clean.
Right.
Luckily, we got clean towels right over there. Go get what you need, bring it over, keep the receipt, we'll swap them out. And it was like clockwork. As soon as I said the last word, he'd be like, "Heck yeah." And he would go pick out his towels and come back. Every month, sometimes it's like I can go to Bed Bath & Beyond right now with the blender lid, like just the lid. And if you have enough confidence, you can pull off that transaction for sure.
Is the confidence?
Oh, yeah, you go in there, it's like, it's not working anymore. And they're like, "What's wrong with it?" I'm like, "Just not working." and you know what? They'll hit you with great customer service. Like, "You know what, sir? In order for that blender lid to work properly, you need a blender." Luckily, we got blenders right over there. Go get what you need, bring it over, we'll swap them out, keep the receipt, and heck, you'll be like, "Hell yeah." So, yeah, I don't know how they make any money. They did go bankrupt last year.
And it's because everybody buys one item only and then goes through the recycle process.
Yeah, I apparently didn't know the difference between an air fryer and an air purifier. I bought the wrong one, and I started putting wings into this thing. And when people tell you to buy an air fryer, they tell you to buy it because it's healthier. They're like, "You like wings?" I said, "I love wings." They're like, "All right, we'll buy an air fryer because you can make wings with no oil." So as I'm putting wings into my air purifier, the air vents are scraping sauce and skin off of the wings. And in my head, I'm like, they look healthier already. What a wonderful purchase this is, It's like, maybe I'll have a six-pack this year. Who knows? I'm eating healthy now. And so my mom comes out. She's like, "What are you doing?" I said, I'm making us wings. And she's like, "In there?" I said, "Yeah." So that's an air purifier. I said, you think so? She's like, I know so. Like, how'd you get them in there? I said, it wasn't easy, Mom. You got to put the flats in there first. The drums, you got to finesse them in there. She's like, I don't know what you're going to do. I said, I'm going to return this thing. And I went to Bed Bath & Beyond, and they hooked me up. It was so funny because when I got there, the young kid working the return desk, which is what I used to do, I felt bad because I've dealt with that kind of BS,
right.
and here I am showing up with more BS, you know? And he goes, how can I help you? I said, it's not working. And he's just looking at me. He goes, what's wrong with it? I'm like, it's just not working. And then he throws me off. He goes, I need to know what's wrong with it because we write down what's wrong with it on a slip of paper
they
now.
Changed since
they
you were
changed
there.
it.
And you were like,
I'm panicking. I'm like,
that's actually called the Jesus rule now because you just kept giving away too much.
I created that, I think, single-handedly. And, I started panicking because I'm like, you're going off script. Like, what's going on here?
Right.
Now, I don't want to lie and get the kid in trouble, so I have to come clean. I go, I can't get the wings out. And he goes, excuse me? I said, there's wings in here, man, that I'm unable to extract. And he goes, don't repeat it twice. I heard you the first time. I'm just wondering why there's wings in here. I said, I thought it was an air fryer. He goes, it's an air purifier. I said, that's exactly why I'm here. I would like to correct this wrongdoing. And he goes, I don't know what to tell you right now. He goes, how'd you get them in there? I said, it wasn't easy, bro. You got to get the flats in there first. The drums, you got to finesse them in there. And then it was so funny. I can hear his foot tap. He was like so upset. He goes, I'm afraid to ask, how many wings are in there? I said, 24. He said, that's a lot of wings for one guy. I said, no, I'm pre-diabetic, so it's 12 for my mom, 12 for me. And he goes, you know what to do. Just go get what you need and come back. We'll figure this out. And that's how I got a new air fryer.
There you go. There you go. Jesus Trejo, we're going to give you schedules, let you know exactly when Jesus is playing. I'm going to keep you for 10 more minutes. Mornings with Matt and Bob. Back in.